Welcome back to the podcast, and we're going to be previewing the Premier League games for this podcast, mainly Manchester City v Arsenal, the title race clash at the top of the table. This time last season, after 28 games, Arsenal played Manchester City, and it was a top of the table clash. Arsenal, who led the table for 93.7% of the season, they led for more than 28 games of the season. They went into that game without William Saliba, which was something that they've mentioned ever since. Now this season, I want to get it out there right now. No holding. They've got William Saliba back. There were Rolls Royces and said, and on top of that, Declan Rice, the signing of the season, he's going to be there to combat Rodri and to combat that central midfield of Manchester City. What's your prediction, Sub? Who do you think is going to win this match? Not what you feel like, who should win it and whatever. Just outright prediction of the match first.
I think City will edge it.
Okay, what score?
2-1.
2-1. Why do you think they'll edge it now, getting into that? What do you think will let Arsenal down?
I think it's not even about Arsenal. I think it's more about City. They're always there at the business end of the season. They always know what's going on towards March, April, May.
You've been giving Arsenal big licks this season, Soup, in a good way.
Yeah, no, Arsenal have been the best defensive team in the league.
Isn't this the game where you would say, you put your head on the line?
If they want to win the league, they need to win there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before the cameras were rolling, you had a little bit of
a draw's not good enough.
I think a draw is good enough.
You said a draw's good enough. I don't think a draw's good enough.
Why not? So like that, we're being realistic
because
now.
you're giving Liverpool the chance to go ahead again.
I can't. It's Liverpool as my dark horses at the start of the season. Looking at the run-ins, I don't think Liverpool will do it for some reason.
On paper, and this is all their fans keep banging on about, and even Sky have said it.
Yeah.
They've got the easiest run-in.
Okay.
On paper.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So if Arsenal drop points and City drop points here, which is what a draw would mean.
Thank you. So
Liverpool
will go 2 points clear of Arsenal.
Will go 2 points clear of Arsenal, yes.
And 3 of Manchester City.
Yeah.
Which would be a nice little cushion, 9 games going
with
in.
a better goal difference.
And a better run-in, you're saying. So this game is very vital for
both. Last season.
In your opinion, this is it. This is the title decider for Arsenal then. But then it can't be so because they've got bigger games coming up as well.
Listen, every game's big.
For them right now, all 9 games are a final.
Every game is big, yeah, for every team that's fighting.
Arsenal have Spurs still to play.
But this is a 6-pointer though.
Okay.
There's a difference.
All right.
This is a 6-pointer.
So you're putting a 6-pointer on this one? I'm not so, I don't think so personally.
It's always, whenever there's 2 teams that are within the same vicinity that are going for the same goals, same trophies, the same position.
Because there's 8 games left and there's so much to go, so I think there'll still be
like you alluded to yourself, last season, this is where they crumbled. They crumbled. They went to that stadium and they couldn't handle it.
Okay.
Yeah. If they want to show some real strength and quality.
Do you remember the game last season? I credited Pep Guardiola massively because he moved away from the tactic of his normal possession-heavy, possession-based tiki-taka. He let them keep it. He was knocking it along to Haaland and he was knocking it down to De Bruyne, and they got their first 2 goals from that.
I think if Arsenal are clever, they will have learnt from that. But I also think that Pep will have something else up his sleeve as well.
Okay.
And you got to remember, all in all, City do have the better team, the better squad, and right now they've got arguably the best player in the league.
Do Arsenal have an upgraded midfield on last season? Last season was Xhaka, Partey and Odegaard. This season is Rice, Havertz and Odegaard. To be honest with you,
I think letting go of Xhaka for Havertz, I still question it, even though he's come off form and
he's doing well, man.
He's done okay, but I don't know, still 65 million is a lot of money, bro. And they needed a striker. It was clear and evident.
Well, if they win the league now without the striker and they bought Havertz in the end,
then they've
vindicated.
Done it. Yeah, then they've done it, but is it going to be just one of them ones what Klopp did? You're going to win the league and then that's it.
Still won it, though, innit?
Yeah, but you need to defend it. You want to be considered great. All these people that have been...
Do you know what? Right now, so...
Let me make a point.
Okay, yeah.
All these people that have been including these Liverpool players in the greatest of all time Premier League team. Wow. You've never even... defended it.
There's no multiple.
You've never even defended it. Forget multiple.
But wouldn't you think right now where Arsenal have been 20 years, they haven't won it once?
It's massive.
That's what I mean.
I'm not taking anything away from them. It's massive.
I think let's focus on that right now. Right now.
It's massive. But
the fans might come for you hearing this sub. They're saying, well, why is he giving his expectations for no reason? Like saying that we need to maybe, like if we do win it, then he's already jumping to let's defend it. Like
you need to.
See, look, you're already defending.
That's a big club
mentality. Let
them
celebrate, man.
Yeah, but that's a big club mentality. That's what we've grown up on. I know we're shit at the moment, but
sometimes you've got to go back to reality.
Well,
It's fair.
if you're good enough to win the league, what's the reality? You've strengthened.
But
Your manager's always got 200 million every summer to spend.
Mikel,
Yeah, you've got straight up. You've got the best CDM in the league right now.
he is, yeah,
You've got a young team that are only going to get better.
100%.
What you arguing here? They have to. Fergie
No,
did
my
it.
argument is
Fergie
this-
did it.
no, no, no,
Remember
my argument is this,
2005-6.
my argument
Remember
is
the
this,
2005-6 season.
My argument is this, so let them savor this first one.
Obviously,
let
but
settle in.
it's the same
Let
thing
them
for
celebrate.
Ronaldo and Rooney when they came to United. For 3 years, they didn't win the league. Or four of.
Yeah, remember
3 or 4
Mourinho's man,
or
04 or 5
or
or 5, 6, they didn't win it.
Yeah, and our youngsters were gaining experience from it. They went to a World Cup. These boys are going to go to a Euros. They came back, and all of a sudden, you've got 2 of the best players in the world. They were just talents before that. So they went on literally from being talented, and then they've gone through a tournament. They've come back, and all of a sudden, they're at another level.
So from understanding correctly, what you're saying, Shub, is that this should then... You're saying that this title
It should
take
push the likes of Martinelli,
onto
Saka.
the next level themselves. Their mentality should go on to the next level,
Yes,
where they want to win
100%.
more, and they want to now say to the rest of the league and the rest of the world that we're going to cement our status as top players now. And
That's
not
what
just
a
a
big
one-off.
that's what a big club does.
I understand that, but
it's not Leicester City.
No, I get that. So, but what I'm saying is because it's been so long, I'd let them off if they, if they were just getting carried away with this celebration, and just say one season they had off. I wouldn't let him get away with it. Just say, listen, it was 4 years ago Liverpool won and they still said. That's what I mean. Now do you understand what I mean? Just say Arsenal won the league this season, next season City won it, but then Arsenal came back in 2 seasons and they won it.
No, the thing is,
That's
if they can, no, it's not even just that. If they can still be competitive, I'm not saying they necessarily have to defend it, but if they can still be competitive next season and fight whoever's with them fighting, which presumably is going to be City, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they can still show that, then they have made progression by winning it and staying in that competitive state. But if they just fall off like what Klopp's Liverpool did, you remember they won the title?
Yeah, this is what I just said.
Did they just about finish 4th?
Thank you very much. This is my point.
They fell off big
People
time.
still going about them.
And you know what? I'd even go to United, but United had a change of manager with Moyes coming in, and it was end of an era kind of thing.
Yeah, it was fully end of an era.
End of an era thing, innit? Fully.
This wasn't an end of it. This was supposed to be the start of a new era. It was supposed to be a start of a new era, and it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. So give them a bit of time, maybe to settle.
No, yeah, 100%. But
Combined 11.
They're only going to get better. Combined 11. Arsenal.
Yeah, and Manchester City.
Edison in net.
Oh yes, we finally agree on Edison in net.
Kyle Walker at right back.
Kyle Walker's injured and John Stones is injured.
No,
will that affect them? No, I'm gonna be for the combined 11.
Yeah.
Will that affect him, Sub? How much will it affect him?
Kyle Walker.
Martinelli's going to be really riot in my opinion.
Kyle Walker will.
Yeah. Is John Stones?
He's overrated for me.
Or that's where or you've answered it.
He's
Is the
overrated.
assistant player that Pep always has? I'll give you an example, right? Fernandinho, when he was there, they said they couldn't replace him. Rodri in the end took a season to learn the role and now he's replaced him, right? There's been other players like Gundogan, nobody thought would replace him this season. Let's be honest, they've done all right in replacing him this season, one way or another, right? When they had no striker, everyone thought they'd make a hoo-ha about it. They got on with it and Pep won it. Is it that?
I think, to be honest with
you, it's overrated.
To be honest with you, their recruitment system for the last 15 years has been amazing.
Who do you think will take the Stones role tomorrow? Just roaming about from defence. Is it Akanji? Or will he just stop that tactic and
If it's anyone, it's Nathan Aki.
Okay.
If any of their defenders
I've got that in
are still, not even just that, has shown that consistency from last season, because, Ruben Diaz has fallen off a block.
Big time. He's not the world's best
John
defender.
Stones, he was never the world's best, did he? Let's be real. John Stones
That's what I'm
is... John Stones is just,
overrated, isn't it?
He's overrated. Akanji... He's been okay. He's good, but he's been okay. He's not been great this season. He's been okay.
What we're saying is that Pep's system does defend his players.
And not just that, what I'm also saying is, if there is one player, it's Nathan Aki.
Okay.
He's the guy that's been the most composed.
So you're seeing him that maybe stepping him into CDM, roaming about in CM,
I
going
think
up
he
front.
can. He's a Dutch baller.
All right. So right back you put Kyle Walker, even though he's injured. Centre back, who would you put?
William Saliba and Gabriel.
So both their centre backs. And left back? Are you going for Jakub Kiwior, who is in my head, or are you going for Manchester City's?
Who's City's?
Nathan Aki, mate.
Oh, he has Aki now?
Yeah.
Aki.
Yeah. Central midfield, we go for 4-3-3. This is your team you're picking first, by the way.
All in all, or this season?
All in all, man. We're just going for all in all.
So Rodri still beats Rice.
Okay.
But if you're saying this season, I'd pick Rice.
You could even put him as a double pivot.
But then it's too defensive, Didi. We weren't attacking, we're attacking boys.
I'm going to do double
I'm going to pick Rodri.
Rice and De Bruyne. Odegaard and De Bruyne. Bernardo and De Bruyne. De Bruyne is going to have to
He says
be the
all
three.
in all, innit?
Yeah, it's De Bruyne, isn't it?
So it's Rodri,
Bernardo and De Bruyne.
Bernardo
innit?
and De Bruyne.
And
man.
then up
He
front,
says all in all,
Haaland,
innit?
Saka and
If
Martinelli.
it's this season, I'd have had Ødegaard and Rice in there without a doubt. Without
Okay.
a doubt. No doubt.
Okay, so this season is Rodri, Rice and Odegaard. Overall, it's Rodri, Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne.
The City boys, innit?
Okay.
How can it not be?
No, but overall, but this
They've
season
just
you're
won a
putting Arsenal.
treble.
You're
They've
putting
just won a
Arsenal in
treble.
this season.
Why not? Yeah, why
and
not?
then up front overall, Haaland obviously is
Haaland.
your number 9, and on the wing, Saka on the right wing.
And
They don't have Mahrez no more.
Martinelli.
Martinelli, I had a Doku in it. I would put him there
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
My combined 11, I'd go for
Or
the
even
same one,
Tross,
more
or
or
even
less.
Trossard, you know.
No, I wouldn't put Trossard there. I think I'd go for Martinelli. He's more of a threat.
He's a better player,
He's a
but
threat as well, more
but
of a threat.
Trossard comes up trump.
When he
you know.
comes out after bed, but that's what you want him on the bench.
And he's
in a
very
combined 11
2-footed as well, you know.
I'd go the same team. I'd just replace Jakub Kiwior at left back because I've been really impressed with him. I think he's been the reason that Arsenal have been rock solid at the back since they bought him in for Alexander Zinchenko, the overrated inverted left back who's just crap, who's a failed central midfielder. Just crap, yeah. Since they replaced him, they've been way
What's
way
your
better.
prediction?
My prediction, yeah, I didn't even give my prediction. I think it's going to be a draw. That's why I've been banging on about it. I think 1-1. I think City will hang on. Arsenal will have the better of the game in the sense of that it'll be 60-40 overall when we look back at it in terms of chances. Will it affect the title race like you think it will? Overall, I think so. There'll be another twist or a turn. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Just one more though.
No
I
doubt.
think there'll be one more major one. I don't know where. I don't know. Put my head on the line to predict that. So I think it's going to be a draw, but it'll be a very entertaining draw. I think we'll review the other games. We won't preview these next few games, whichever ones are Chelsea. Everyone's playing this weekend, so
Yeah.
we'll be back for Monday.
Yeah.
I think the next conversation in the podcast should be on the future of football, mate. You got Lamine Yamal, Endrick, and Mr. Kobbie, Mainoo himself,
16,
Manchester United,
17
and 18.
and 18.
Amazing. That's a quality. That is the future of football. That right there. For me, the biggest talent of the three is Lamine Yamal right now, because he's played the most games at the highest level, and that performance against Brazil was astounding.
For
astonishing.
me, Kobbie Mainoo. I'm not just saying it as a bias.
That is biased.
It's not biased. Trust me, it's not biased.
But then if he said anything,
Like I
it'd be biased
says,
for him.
you know what it is? If you watch United,
I'm the
you'll
neutral
understand. If you watch United, you'd understand. Yeah, obviously you lot watch La Liga. Kobbie Mainoo started his first game away at Goodison Park. Just deep this. If you watch the Premier League and you know what going on with football, yeah. He started at Goodison Park. It's not an easy place. All right, they're a relegation team for the last 3 years. Regardless, they're still a tough team on their day at home, and they were dealing with that 10-point 10-point deduction.
Yep.
He came in, started. He was man of the match.
St.
Even
James
at the
Park,
off
you're gonna
the
say, Anfield.
even at the off the goal line clearance, which he dealt with, he was beautiful that game. Amazing. Next game he had Anfield away. Again, the only team to stop Liverpool scoring this season. That says it all. They've got the best attack in the league. There's no doubt about it. We stopped them. Kobbie Mainoo was a massive part of that. You know, to go to these atmospheres, Newcastle away, he did make a mistake. I think, was it that game? Was it West Ham? I think it was West Ham, sorry, he made a mistake.
West Ham, he made a mistake.
West Ham, he made a
Happens,
mistake.
don't it?
But the thing is, if you haven't got competent footballers around you, you are bound to eventually make a mistake. He hasn't got the right support system within
So
there.
from the
He played away to Galatasaray as well. Again, that was meant to be a tough game for us. The scoreline says that we drew. We actually dominated that game very, very, very easily most of that game. Again, Kobbie was forefront from that. And now in the FA Cup, I think that's what's woken up most of the fans. And that's why people are starting to say, my man's overrated. And it's mainly Liverpool fans. They
That's
want
the Liverpool fans
they want
are saying,
Harvey Elliott in there because he did a Rabona in the under 21 game
That's a quality moment.
against Luxembourg.
Techie, that
Bro,
was
it's
techie,
it's under 21 game. Kobbie Mainoo did it in the big game, in the big dogs game against Belgium, against Tielemans and Amadou Onana, and he made them.
Saying that, alright, he got the man of the match there, and using that same argument, Lamine Yamal, 16 years old at the Bernabeu, fourth ever player from Barcelona. I know he wouldn't play for Barcelona at the time. I know he didn't have a Barcelona strip on at that time, right? Lamine Yamal, 16 years old. If you want to know why I'm hyping, just go watch his own compilation, 3 minutes and 12 seconds, I think it is. Somebody's put up on Twitter, and it's on YouTube as well, I think. What a player, what a sensation, what a talent, unbelievable. I've never seen a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old this mature, dribbling the way he was dribbling. Not just that, right? This was like the pinnacle of his career so far at the Bernabeu against Brazil. And Brazil had a lot of hype around him that game. You know, Vini's got a lot going on around him. Rodrigo in his home ground. Endrick came on in his own ground, who we're going to talk about next. What a guy.
Good finish.
Amazing footballer, and I love
Left
Endrick.
foot.
And I've seen a lot of clips of him before this international break. But Lamine Yamal, because he's been starting for Barcelona, he's having to step into Messi's shoes. I'm not even hyping, bro. He's on the right wing. He's having to step into Messi's shoes. He's literally been given Messi's shoes by Adidas, and they said, here, you're next up. Brother, you're next up. Show it. And he came up against Brazil. 16, I know, 16, bro. We can't even wipe out 16 by G. We still have nappies on most of our pull-ups on, mate. I'm telling you, our mums are still holding our hands and saying, oh, you do this and do that. They're teaching us how to go to the bank, mate. My man is ripping Wendell another arsehole and left back at the Bernabeu at 16 years old, getting standing ovation and man of the match awards.
Wendell's,
Not just
Wendell's
that,
the one that
in the Champions
Wendell's
League.
the one that had Saka on
Yes,
lockdown.
thank you. There you go,
I
man.
forgot his name in that podcast.
Yes,
if you remember.
Wendell had him on lockdown, right? And he's had a lot of players this season in the Portuguese League and the Champions League on lockdown. Yamal goes, you know what, Paiji? I'm the new one of the block. The pass he gave for the penalty outside of the boot, gorgeous, sensational. So for me, that performance has put him at the top of the tree because of what he's done already in the season. We know what he's done. Our goal against Granada, I don't know if any of you have seen our goal against Granada. So have you seen it? 25 yards, edge of the box. It's like he's 25 years old. It's not like he's 16, 17.
Mature.
Yeah.
Very mature.
So I would give it ahead of him. Kobbie's number 2 for me. And you know I don't hate on Kobbie, by the way. I think sometimes it comes across so, and we need to make it clear, bro. I'm not anti-Manchester United. I'm anti-Eric Ten Hag at the moment. That's first thing, yeah. Second thing, Kobbie is number 2 for
He's
me.
an upset father, basically.
Basically, we're going to get to that in another podcast, right? But what have I been shouting for Kobbie? Please get someone like Rice next to him. We're going to see him shine. We've seen him shine. He won man
You
of
know
the
what? I was going to say this on the group, but I don't want everyone jumping on me, yeah.
What?
But what was England's midfield?
Rice, Bellingham and Kobbie in it.
Who are we?
Yeah, you lot were linked with Rice, and if you got Rice,
Not
maybe...
just Rice. We were the first ones on Bellingham, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I
The
do not...
first ones. We were the first
Yeah, no,
ones.
now that you mentioned it, just before we go on to
That's mad.
Endrick, just
Let me
before,
deep it.
I don't think Bellingham was ever going to choose you lot because Fergie wasn't there. He finished. Let me finish and land. Let me land fuller. Let me land because he knew anyway. We all knew that the club's is shaky, man, and they didn't have Mourinho at the time.
Yeah.
It was Solskjaer.
Yeah. No,
I don't think it would ever happen. So, but
to be
I
honest-
agree with you. He
to
was
be-
there, bro. He
To
was
be
through
honest
the
with
doors.
you, what I've heard is a lot
he
of
close?
reports confirmed this. It was very close. The main stumbling block was he wasn't guaranteed playing time. I don't know why you wouldn't guarantee that guy playing time. With the midfields that we've had over the last 10, 15 years, absolute bag of shit midfield, he wasn't guaranteed playing time.
That's mental, bro.
Yeah, he went to Dortmund. That's when he picked. That's when he picked
Who do you
Dortmund.
blame there? Solskjaer then, innit?
No,
That's
it's
the money
club.
he has
I think it's the club. I don't even know if it was Solskjaer that was first thinking with him. Was it Solskjaer?
Was it LVG's days then you're saying? Mourinho's days? That no, Solskjaer's the one that
was
said,
Solskjaer's
he
earliest-
boy on the
yeah, it was
overlap man,
earliest-
he's the one that said they
it was
came
Solskjaer's
through.
earliest days, yeah.
Come on, so?
But the club were already scouting him though, as many clubs were around England.
Yeah, I know Fergie had his eye
As
on him.
many clubs were, because he's a generational talent, isn't
100%.
he?
We
And
all
he
have
was
to
doing
Birmingham
things in the
Romans now.
championship at 16.
Oh no, that game against Wayne Rooney was his outstanding performance in the championship, you know. I did a video on that. Got a few
Rooney
views.
says he could tell there was something about
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
'cause
I
he
said
left,
that
he left something on
100%.
him.
Left some marks on him every time he was going to him. And Endrick, moving on to him, what a footballer, man. My man came on of him, 17 years old. He goes, I've done this in career mode. I'm doing it in real life now. Scored a goal. The Brazilian media goes to this kid, who you dedicating your goal to? My man goes,
Bobby Charlton.
Sir Bobby Charlton. You know what? I love that. All my life, what man said to me, oh, you never watched this guy play. What do you know about this guy? Why have you mentioned him? Say it to bloody Endrick. He's half my age.
He's doing
He's
his research.
17. And he came out and he goes, you know what? I dedicate this goal to the great Sir Bobby
It
Charlton.
might be through PlayStation, Hamad, but
He still knows his shizzle.
He knows his shit.
Yeah, and he said it, and amazing, and the letter he wrote to his little brother that he's already wrote to him saying that you have to thank the football. Don't thank anything else in your life, thank the football. It's not for the wealth. Thank mum and dad that they gave us a football, and it's just a beautiful moment, and he deserves it all just for that. And then at the Bernabeu coming on, what a volley, like he said.
At his home ground.
I think they're going to loan him out. That's why we need to.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to mention. I think he's getting loaned out for the season. And the one
Probably.
heavy thing that I want to go out there. Juve.
If you get Mbappe.
Listen.
If you get
I want
Mbappe.
this to go. I want this to go viral. Somehow, somewhere, I'm going to keep saying it until it goes viral. Juventus Football Club, please loan Endrick for one season. That would be amazing. I think Madrid would accept that. Anyone would accept that. High-level club. We need a good striker. Endrick coming through the doors. It'll be nice, bro.
Yeah, but then you
No,
got
give us
Vlahovic.
time. We
You got
develop him for a
you
year.
You got Vlahovic.
Go watch the series. That gives you an excuse to watch my team finally.
Yeah, but you got Vlahovic though, innit?
Yeah, Vlahovic has come good this season. I'm not gonna lie. He still misses in
So
the
he's
big
not
game.
going to
No.
start always then,
He
is
still
it?
misses in the
he
big
needs
games.
game time. He needs a smaller team.
I still love him to see him at Juventus, just for the vibes and that. Why not? Then I can hype him up properly.
You might as well take all three of them on loan.
No, Kobbie, why do we? You don't need Kobbie, bro.
Well,
United
shit.
need Kobbie.
Well,
United need, so do we, but United need him as well.
Well, shit.
And so there you are, man. I think there's one more subject that we did want to touch on the podcast. I just can't remember. What was it? It was Lamine, Yamal, Endrick, and Kobbie, and then Manchester City and Arsenal. We'll just leave it at that. It's done. It is what it is. There you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. What are you laughing on, man? We couldn't think of the last one. It is what it is. Share, comment, like, subscribe. You know what to do. I'll be back on the lives tomorrow, maybe even later tonight. And for the YouTube, we'll be back when we're back. Jazakallah.
Office.